And hello everybody and welcome back to the stream, or if it's your first time here, welcome. Hope you're all having a fantastic Friday or whatever day you're watching this on, and we are back. So, last Friday, we started a new game called Of the Devil. It's a mystery cyberpunk detective virtual novel. It's really cool so far. Really been enjoying it. The recent, if you've spoilers, you know, if you don't know what else was happening in that game, go back to the previous VODs. But so it turns out that not only are we the attorney, we are also the murderer. I don't know if in the first chapter we're gonna end up playing as a different character or not, but at the moment we're both an attorney and the fucking we're the murderer. We're the what? We're the attorney. I know that being an attorney is like the worst thing imaginable. Oh, ladies didn't watch the VOD. Yeah, we're also the murderer. We're the heartbreak killer. Morgan is the heartbreak killer. My wife is perfect. She would never. Were you really not here when that was revealed? I feel like you were here when that was revealed, but I guess not. Yeah, no, she's the heartbreak killer, and you want to know what's funny is that she's just an impulse killer. Like, she just fucking killed the one woman coincidentally. Like, she was just like, yeah, I just decided I would do it because I wanted to. There's no other reason. So, she's a psycho. Of course, I'm sure that by the end of this game, all of us are going to be raising our hands for, you know, do you think you can fix her? She's actually perfect. I take it back. But yeah, yeah, so I don't know if we're technically on chapter 1 or chapter 0 still, but we're in a dialogue section where we met another waifu. That's this super attorney. No, she's not an attorney. She is. She's a prosecutor. We met this super nerd girl prosecutor who's like a genius. So like, what do you mean fix her? She doesn't need fixing. I mean, I don't know, but I know that you're like a 6-foot giant, but like, women spook me if they're actual murderers. Like, they can actually overpower me. It's very spooky. I love a woman that will actually just kill me. I decided to hand wash my jacket, but other than that, the laundry is done. Very good. I am not a giant You're like 6 feet, okay? Like, if you're 5'11", you're a dwarf. If you're 6 feet, you are literally like a skyscraper, alright? I'm 5'8". I'm like a toddler. I'm 6'2". What am I? I already told you. You're fucking massive. You're huge. You take up the entire volume of every room you are in, and the Sistine Chapel, you bonk your head on the ceiling of it. Okay? But yeah, so we just met the defense or the prosecutor attorney, having a conversation with her, and I guess we're playing at the moment as you know, Light, and then the prosecutor is L, I guess. I'm never the tallest person in the room. What are you, from Agartha? Is there a fucking portal in your Eastern European country that goes to the fucking center of the earth where all the giants live? What the fuck are you talking about? I'm never the tallest person in the room. What are you fucking talking about? Also, guys, look up E in the Discord gift search. I don't want to open up my browser yet. Yeah, I live in one of the tallest regions of the world. You mean the tallest region under the world? You live in the fucking hollow earth is where you live. You fucking freak. You're so tall that the weather is underneath you. You have to look down to see the weather. Radcliffe is 165 centimeters. Is he really only 5'5"? My god. Wow. Okay, I need to get us into the game. Hold on. I kept getting distracted. But yeah, this game, I really like this visual novel. I like all these tomboy women in jobs wearing pantsuits. I'm just waiting for this to... There we go, it's capturing, or supposedly is. I think you'll be surprised to hear the laundry detergent I bought is pink and floral. Yeah, that's not... That's, yeah. That's not even vaguely surprising. Of the devil, more like of the angle. Yeah, we're if only we could position ourselves, you know, so that we are like 3 feet tall and looking up at all of our female characters. Yes, yes. Please let us fix her. Alright. Well, at least this heartbreak maniac will slow down now that he's lost his weapon. He didn't lose it, he chose to leave it behind. That tells me he's confident he can do just fine without it. And it just makes me even more certain that these aren't his only kills. Were there other shootings with the same MO? No, not that I've found. Other victims that fit the description? No. But I'm not overly focused on the victim's appearance anyway. I mean, these 6 victims all look like each other. They also look like a lot of people. That's true. Did I use spacebar instead? Yeah. Hell, they kinda look like me. Oh, I missed this new girl. I like her. Yeah, Emma right here she's like an autism prosecutor, and she's like a genius, apparently. I'm wondering if we're gonna play as her in the actual chapters, because it would be kind of weird. I don't know, I feel like it would be weird if the entire game is us trying to run away from being caught. Looks like a bit of a male version of Kai. I don't know why I guess the hair and outfit. Do they? Sure. What? You don't see it? I hadn't thought about it. Point is, no one can kill that cleanly when it's their first time. Getting things that perfect takes practice. So I know that HK must have been a lot more than 6 occasions to practice, Morgan. And that's why I think heartbreak is a misnomer. You've got something catchier in mind? I just don't think shooting them in the heart has any particular significance. If anything, it's a testament to their accuracy and their cold-blooded efficiency. The best possible use of 6 untagged bullets. 6 kills guaranteed, no matter what kind of life support mods they were packing. Their real signature isn't the bullets or the gun, it's the perfection. That's hard to wrap your head around. I'm saying that these 6 murders were just a fluke, a slip-up, a mistake? Exactly, a mistake. They got too clean, too efficient, and now they've got the public's attention. Should I do eggs and toast for breakfast, or should I do oatmeal and fruit for breakfast? Did you do oatmeal recently? Maybe eggs is better this time. Like, if I were you, I would like alternate if I only had 2 choices every day. It's no wonder they're so pissed. Are you talking about the crime scene? Yeah, probably threw the detectives for a loop, right? Based on what you've said, I don't blame them. Whoever trashed that room doesn't seem like the smooth operator you've been describing. On the contrary. I don't follow. This was the last bullet, their last shot. The other 5 were perfect. So if anything was out of place this time around, they must have thrown one hell of a temper tantrum. You make them sound like a child. Childish, and cowardly, and two-faced. Someone who hates to lose almost as much as they love to win. Your profile tell you all that? That? No. That part's just takes one to know one. So to summarize, you're looking for the cold-blooded, faceless, perfectionist killer who you think has no persistent MO or victim type. In a city with an 8-digit population. So tens of millions? Well, good luck! I don't need luck, I only need more information. Well, I'm sure the city would be happy to provide you with more resources. No, Morgan, I mean I need more crime scenes. Oh. Sad truth is, if Heartbreak walked away today, I'd never catch them. Only way my net narrows is if they keep piling up bodies. Not a very fair trade, is it? No, it isn't. But getting screwed over is a given. It's a deal with the devil. Fair enough. Oof. Okay, that rant was pretty morbid and detailed. I need to get out more. Or sleep more. Or sleep less, but harder. What? Sleep harder. What if it's not tens of millions and she's talking decimals? I don't know how, what that would necessarily... Oh, wait, if she's talking decimals, so only the zeros. So then it'd be hundreds of millions? Or do you mean like a low population or something? You think a higher thread count would help? Don't worry about it. I'm always happy to listen to you ramble. It's a lot more pleasant than having to face you in the courtroom. Sorry, but that's the adversarial process. So no hard feelings, yeah? I mean, like 0.2872 of a person, so like fractions of people. No hard feelings. We're both just doing what we do. I can use a cup of coffee. How about you? Don't tempt me. If you fall asleep face first on the table, I won't even take a picture. Pfft, okay. Just don't expect this to make a difference next time we're at each other's throats. Heartbreak won't claim any more victims. In 2 weeks, the media will have moved on to the next sensation, and the police will have moved on to cases they actually stand a chance of closing. It's what people do. But Emma is different. She'll set it aside and work a dozen other cases, never bringing it up. But a private corner of that frustratingly sharp mind of hers will continue to whittle away at it. Never finishing, but never quitting either. Do we have any new logs? No. So I can't afford to take my eyes off her. As long as that's the case, I may as well try to enjoy the view. Hey, there we go. Okay, episode 0 end. Android, okay. Which means you're going to be living with my friend for a while. For how long? I'm sorry, I don't know. Is she a lesbian? Maybe. There's no need to look that upset over it. My face barely moved. May as well have been blatant pout from where I'm sitting. Yeah, like that. This friend of yours, they're trustworthy? Absolutely. In fact, I trust them more than anyone. Hey, come on, it'll be fun. Really? Really? Educational, too. I think you could stand to learn a lot from someone like Morgan. Uh-oh. Cool. Yeah. There's no way I have to click through the entire credits, do I? In order to make this do anything? Probably not. Surely. To be continued in... You're the smartest person I know, Morgan, when it comes to people. Personally, I think it's cool to bring something like that flawed into the world. You're a criminal defense attorney, and we're at a crime scene. I think I can guess what happens next. I've never stolen anything that wasn't already compromised. Work hard, and the company will have you set for life, and after too. Can't tell you how many musicians I've seen screwed over by a big smile and a fat signing bonus. So that's not just a lawyer job thing? You dress like a doorman on the weekends too? Fair to determine fault determining cause of death is like a breath of fresh air. The company wheels don't stop spinning for anything. We can't hope to keep this quiet for very long. But it's a million times more likely than the alternative. That Heartbreak could ever stop themselves from killing. Father said that you owed him. I don't do anything out of the goodness of my heart, but when I take a job, I never half-ass it. Yup. And we do have episode 1 that we are going to go to momentarily. Okay. 2 of 2, 6 of 6, 18, 18, 17 out of 17, 29. Congratulations, you finished episode 1 with 29 credits. You've also unlocked concept art and bonus scenarios based on your highest score. Also, 29 remaining store credits to spend on the phone charms and case colors based on the highest credit you finished with this episode. That's funny. Bonus scenario? I don't know about the bonus thing. Let's just go, yeah, let's just straight to episode 1. What if you live in a city with all of the hottest characters but they're all lesbians? That would be, I don't want to say torture, but it would be very unfortunate. You choose to play episode 1 in high roller mode. In high roller mode, you're limited to 1 save slot, and you won't be able to reload your saves while inside the courtroom. Quick save will be disabled as well. The minimum ante for hands will be increased. The minimum maximum penalties for answering incorrectly during the... I don't care. Nah, I'm not gonna do high roller. An exclusive phone charm that can't be earned. And the only other man there is a gay femboy. Oh, well, then that's just easy. Because you're just fucking that guy then. Well, that's just easy. Like, you just presented something that was that was a very, very difficult situation, then immediately made it an easy choice. Whenever I talk to a woman, she's either taken or a lesbian. Discourage save scumming. Well, I'm a streamer, and I am not a streamer that advertises as being a perfectionist or a fucking speedrunner or some shit, so we are not gonna... I absolutely am gonna save scum. Unless you all hate me. No, just normal. Nah, it's fine. Women aren't real. I love making toast in a skillet with butter. It tastes so much better than normal toast. I'm gonna do this way for the rest of my life. Ooh. Listen, I want to thank you for coming over. Figures you'd notice. Anyone could tell something's bothering you. You're the first person to say anything. What happened? The police came to see me. In public? No, they wanted to be considerate of my privacy. That's a first. They wanted to talk to me about the other week. About my whereabouts and yours. I told them I didn't know anything. They must have loved that. Funny. What would you have done? In your shoes? Probably curse them out. Yeah, I could see that. Did I think you wanted to ask me? No. Not even a favor in return? No favors lost between friends, I say. That sounds like a toast. Huh, why not? To friends. I'll raise a glass to that. Nepotism! Glassum! Vandalism detected. Incident logged. Recorded at 8:55 a.m. local time. Geopositional data encoded. If I could have all citizens in the area. Fuck off, copper. Visuals impaired. Facial recognition compromised. Pinging nearby opt-ins for corroborating evidence. Hey, he's lighting up every phone on the block. We need to go now, or... Or what? He'll use his outdoor voice? Or he'll have us pinned down with our dental records before you can say we're Morning, Officer Leo. You look different today. He L3O, Android Leo. You do something new with your uniform? Good morning to you too, Morgan citizen. To answer your question, no, I have not undergone any recent retrofitting. If you'd like a more detailed record of my maintenance history, you can make a request for... I've got it! Must be the new coat of paint. You're referring to the act of vandalism that just took place. Only the most recent one, Super Cop here, has a new dent every time I see him. Scars honorably earned in the line of duty, scanning the street for jaywalkers and loiterers. Don't worry, ma'am. A report has been filed and the police are working to resolve the situation. Civil disobedience at this time of day? So the androids have the pink Danganronpa blood, but then humans have normal blood. Unless this guy is a warm android, in which case they made his blood pink for some reason. What's the world coming to? They're just stragglers, ma'am. There was a period of unrest in the area last night. Unlicensed protesting and demonstrating without a permit. Well, I hope you threw the book at them. What is this? A corpse husband eye reveal? What? I never saw what that guy looked like. Was it another dream situation where where it turned out he looked like a normal guy and then a bunch of people called him ugly because they were hoping he looked like a supermodel or something? Like he's just like a 6 but everybody's like, oh, he's so fucking ugly. Ugh. Even though he's fine. Is that what happened with him? The disturbance was handled, but individual instances of volatility may occur during the next 48 hours as we work to apprehend outside actors. Thanks for the forecast. So does the bleeding stop on its own? No, I mean, he just removed bangs on his VTuber model and people went wild. Oh. I only saw people calling Dream the troll face because he looked like it. I mean, I guess he did, but I like a lot. But like, so does Germa, you know. So does a lot of people. Like if you're a human being, it's not difficult for you to make like a funny face that can be identified as some meme somewhere in history. He really went downhill after the face reveal. I mean, wasn't he already being accused of like cheating, like at his speedruns and stuff? So like he was already in hot shit. Androids don't have blood, ma'am. This is just a leakage of oxidizing fluid. My mistake. So you don't need a bandage, I take it? The leakage will dry shortly. With that conversation thoroughly exhausted, I let my mind wander as I wait for the signal to cross. I haven't watched Minecraft YouTubers since, like, Zephos and Honeydew. The last time I watched Minecraft YouTubers regularly was when Popular MMOs was still married to his first wife. I don't technically know if he got married again, but like I watched him and his wife so many years ago. Also, I used to watch Achievement Hunter until 2020 when everything went completely insane. Captain Sparkle's my goat. I unfocus my eyes, dull my hearing, sinking beneath the hum of the city street, and fading through the lives bustling around me like so much sea foam. Across the way, a large man with worn hands and an ill-fitting belt turns to a gorilla-like hulk of a machine and cuffs his hands in front of his mouth. A gorilla-like hulk of a machine. Huh. Yo, 61! The machine halts its lifting with uncanny precision and turns to him. We're going on a break. The robot tilts its head to the side. You can't work the piler without Schwinn up on the roof, so... I dunno, take a load off, will you? Understood, came the over-enunciated reply. The man, already walking away, tosses a dismissive wave behind him. There's like 7 total internet personalities I watch, you and Tara included. Oh my goodness. Well, we appreciate that. Yeah, understood. The moment the man turns the corner, the robot attempts to mimic the hand wave to no one in particular. Goddamn coppers on every street corner. The bus stop, or what used to be the bus stop, now a charging station. A passionate young man voices his democratic opinion loud enough for the whole street to hear. They declare martial law when I wasn't looking? Small woman beside him, trying hard to appear even smaller, shifts in her seat. Well, they're just doing their job, so... Bots don't have jobs, except the ones they stole from us. Notice how they don't patrol nearly so heavy in Uptown, even on the worst days? His audience, captive by virtues of sharing the same charging pole as him, shuffles, coughs, and stares even harder at their phones. Woman looks at her knees and pulls at her shirt. You're kind of embarrassing me right now. He makes a vague gesture with his hand to indicate he's stepped off his soapbox, and the shoulders of everyone around him relax a centimeter. Oh, now that's just... Woman, with exhaustion in her eyes, sighs at a hologram floating above her chrome-plated palm. Honestly, I want to read these, Yeah, we already read about body mods. Yeah, we already read about that. A copper adds a derogatory term for an automated dependent. A derogatory word for automated dependents, particularly ones licensed by or operating under the authority of the state. Interested parties in the automated dependent industries have, on more than one occasion, lobbied for copper and other terms like it, clanker, chrome dome, microchip breath, to be classified as hate speech, arguing that anti-mechanical sentiment constitutes an expression of prejudice. They're not people! So that's very fucking stupid, because they're literally just not people. Were it considered a form of hate speech, incidents of destruction of corporate property where such terms were used in prior communications would qualify for additional severity and higher fines paid towards the damaged party. Oh, so it just, by making it hate speech, they're just making it so that lawsuits pay the corporations more? That's funny. Hate speech, where is this, the UK? Well, everybody has English names, so maybe. English-speaking names, I should say. Can you even call bald people chrome domes anymore in this world? Honestly, I feel like bald people would like that term. As somebody who is the opposite of bald, like I have pretty damn long hair, like a fucking caveman. I'm just gonna make an assumption that they would totally like being called chrome domes. Under all but the most radical interpretations of hate speech law, however, prejudice can only be directed towards sentient living things. People, animals, or corporations. Ooh, if you feel that a corporation you know has been the victim of a hate crime, you can report it at our confidential portal here. Oh my god. This is one of the least subtle things I've ever fucking read. Body count? You cannot ask someone that. Hidden talent, baking. Exercises by swimming. Dislikes sunburn baths karaoke. Likes trigonometry rooftops bonfires. Dislikes baths? Well, then I guess she prefers to shower instead. Occupation, criminal, comma, defense attorney. Imagine the smell. Bro, just not liking to bathe. It said bath, not baths, not bathing. Like, I'm sure she showers instead of bathing. Oh, yeah. Her chrome-plated palm. While a rounded, smooth-looking android pushes a carriage behind her. Ellen, walk her round the block. Get her some air, would you? A shower in this economy? I mean, I feel like a shower would be cheaper, but okay. Especially if it's one of those, rotating showers that's shared between, like, 4 rooms or something. Apparently, this call can't wait, and it's louder than a garbage disposal about here. Of course, ma'am, I'd be glad to. The android punctuates its sentence with a sound halfway between a whir and a purr, which, judging by the coos and giggles coming from the child, seems to have been well received. Robots, holograms, androids, drones, coppers if you prefer. Can't so much as sneeze in this city without a dozen different ads offering you a handkerchief. Yeah, we remember what ads are. Legal definition for electronic entity, yep. Wait, what? What else got added? Why is it... It has, like, that little red dot next to it, as though something new happened. Maybe something new did happen? Did it get added at the bottom? No. There's a vocal minority that think they're the downfall of civilization, but for everyone else... You're too kind, ma'am. Thank you for your concern. It's hard to hate them when they're so eager to please. Those damn chrome domes used up all the water for their cooling system. Crosswalk's giving me the okay. Keep us safe, yeah? Have a good day, Morgan citizen. It's a bright, crisp morning in the city. Lights changing and people moving in click-clacking harmony, all smooth as clockwork. Were I in a worse mood, it would all be a bit much. But I went out last night. Cause of decease, tragedy. Okay, so yeah, so she went out. I went out last night and she fucking murdered somebody, is what she did, because she is a fucking psycho. So I'm feeling pretty refreshed this morning. Oh god, does she get off to it? Oh, I hope not. As I reach the other end of the street, I pivot lightly and give Automated Dependent Assistance Officer L3O my best impression of a salute. Thank you for your service. And of course, he creaks out a mirrored response. No sense of sarcasm, the poor bastards. Is she the fart break killer or whatever? Yeah, she is. I didn't come all this way downtown to poke fun at the only happily employed class in human history. No, I came down here to make an important purchase. Today I'm going to buy a gun. LQX rental. No, retail. LQX retail. I would be happily employed if I was paid to do nothing. Yeah, same. No staff around, but all the lights are on. Should I have knocked? I think that it says desk, and then it's like a barcode. Okay. Sup? Desk personality setting 6, the cool one. Let me know if I can help you with anything. I've probably forgotten more about firearms than you're programmed to remember. I bet you can. I recently acquired a license to carry concealed. Nice. Are you in law enforcement? Do you shoot for sport? Business or pleasure? Neither. May I ask why you're looking to carry concealed, ma'am? Oh, you know, assault with a deadly weapon, cruel intent, that kind of thing. Some of my clients live in very rough neighborhoods. Even in broad daylight, coming down to the lower wards for house visits can be... I see, you're a lawyer. So I guess you'd say I'm in the market for self-defense. We have a wide selection of options for self-defense in a variety of sizes and calibers, with spread and PA fire options available. My bad, PA stands for pseudo-automatic. I know. But for concealed, it'd have to be at least small enough to... This will go a lot faster if I just tell the desk what I want. I need a mag rail. Word. We're proud to offer a number of models that utilize the latest miniaturized ultra-capacity batteries to generate a Lorentz force, which slings a slug fast enough to mist a limb at over 30 meters. A Lorentz charge. Tara, didn't I show you a video recently talking about the Lorentz charge? Wasn't it the guy who made the fucking death laser after like 30 years? So wait a minute. The modern guns in this setting are like extreme high capacity electric guns that use a monorail to accelerate the bullet faster than gunpowder. That's fucking crazy, because like if you think about how big that giant death laser's capacitors had to be, but this is like 70 years in the future, so I suppose it makes sense they might know how to do that with a handgun at this point, but that's crazy. That's fucking crazy. Holy shit. And it's safe? Of course, ma'am. My bad. 2-factor safeties with GPS and emergency services sync. It won't go off unless you want it to, and someone will definitely come running. All those convenient safety features make it incredibly easy for the police, or anyone who can dupe into their tool set, to lock you out of your own gun with the flip of a switch. You couldn't walk a piece like that down a single uptown street without passing through 9 or 10 no-fire zones. They're the very worst, most useless kind of weapon a criminal could buy. Sounds perfect! How do we get started? I guess she's buying this unironically in case people attack her, rather than to do it for murder. Why does it feel like every desk I run into has to be such a character? Mercifully, it's tucked itself away while the fabricators get the gun tagged. Wow, they're 3D printing it too? Fabricators! So not only can they create a Lorentz charge with that, like in modern days it would be like 2 tons of capacitors. Not only can they fit like that much power in a handgun, but they can 3D print it as well. That's crazy. That's fucking crazy. I've got time to kill, so is there anything worth checking out around the shop? Oh, I can just get details and stuff, huh? I like lore. Mist. Slang for shoot, destroy, kill, especially against living things. Slang term meaning to shoot or to kill that originates from the bloody spray produced when a modern firearm's projectiles make contact with living tissue. A gun this size could miss a crowd from 100 meters even if you weren't aiming. Good grief. Morbid. Yeesh, would it kill you to clean up a little? Guess the desk kindly asking customers not to litter can only get you so far if you're not willing to pay someone to sweep up. Wait, is this trash? This flyer, is it scannable? Stagnancy theory, really? They get a lot of self-proclaimed philosophers in here? A stagnant world, modern man's plateau. Miss is current slang too. Yeah, I know. I'm kind of surprised they even put it in there, like, as a term, because it's like people use that in real life, but... Renowned net philosopher Corbin Cawthorne, real name withheld, offers you to take a deep dive into the global trends and sociological patterns that have driven our planet to the halting point in this groundbreaking and controversial seminar. Maybe for realism? Yeah. Remember when Redditors got investigated for saying someone should mist Elon or something? There have been a bunch of people that have said weird shit like that. So so I wouldn't be surprised if Reddit has. Moore's Law used to be the benchmark, now it feels like a pipe dream. We used to dream of humanity marching bravely into space, of artisans crafting virtual wonders that made the confines of our own realities seem limited. Instead, our brightest minds spend all their time and effort kicking the can of climate crisis down the road, while their more fortunate peers spend their most productive working years in search of engine optimization and customer experience design. The middle class, eaten alive by the rich they prop up, can no longer afford the very products they help create. Without mass consumer demand, tech no longer has evolutionary pressures to be as small and powerful as possible. In stagnant waters, only parasites and disease grow aplenty. The only cure comes from you taking action. There's another link at the bottom, probably leading to a collection dish. Or a state honeypot if you want to be paranoid. They better burn this shit before some neat freak idiots pick it up and get arrested. I was going to explain something I found weird about hanging the washing in this country compared to us. But then I remembered you Americans think hanging the washing to dry is weird. I mean, it's not... There are absolutely plenty of places in America that commonly hang washing out to dry. But as a generality, yeah, we just use washing machines and dryers and stuff. I meant just dryers. Just dryers. And I guess it's because we're just really lazy, because, like, I get the thought process that is probably had by a lot of people is, oh, well, if I leave it outside, it'll get dirty because outside is dirty. Even though that's kind of not necessarily an appropriate way of seeing it. Sometimes you can't tumble dry some things. I can't tumble dry my jacket because of the decal on it. Well, I guess I just haven't ever had too many clothes that needed to be dried any other fashion. Hate these kinds of screens. Gotta look at them with your nose turned up or else they start eye tracking. Ooh. Next thing you know, they're saying hello on a first name basis. But I've got practice with this sort of thing. I can skim the headlines, at least. Why the 12-6 work week gives us more free time than ever. 12 hours a day, 6 days a week. Gives us more free time than ever. Sure it does. I'm 14 and I tried dating a smart UI. It made me the happiest I've ever been. How term limits are anti-democracy. Oh no. Woof. Transfusion from warm android saves soldier's life. Oh. Oh god. Oh, that's... Wow. Okay. You have that kind of talk now, the idiots dating AI chatbots? I mean... I feel like there have been people like that for like 20 years now. But yeah. That's one hell of a headline. Animate 16. The Animate 16 is the latest Android product by Noble Electronics, and we think that it's the greatest machine the world has ever seen. Boasting a battery life of over 154 hours with patented soft touch digitation, remarkable tenderness and sensitivity, the uncanny charm you've come to expect from us. We're sure that your Animate 16 will be the best purchase you make this year, and you'll never want to go back out in the cold. So it's an Android model. If the Animate 16 wasn't selling well before, I'm sure it is by now. I finally noticed a tiny sparkle on my skin after putting my glitter body moisturizer. I guess you can only see it if in direct summer sun. Someone left the data pad out here. What's in the news today? Lobo threatens Tetra with ransomware vulgarity. Okay. The internationally wanted terrorist and serial data thief most commonly known as Lobo has seized a cache of vital keystone data files belonging to the Tetra Metallics Group, according to a press release from the mining conglomerate. In a blitz of cross posts on 90 different socials translated into all 11 dominant languages, the supposed hacktivist, radical conservationalist, and gentleman thief has made clear their intent to ransom said files back to their lawful owners at severe cost. China does 996, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. 6 days a week. That sounds miserable. But then again, everything sounds more miserable to me because I'm disabled. And like a normal job is just a bit of like a, yeah, that'll kill me type thing. Though the posts were quickly flagged and quarantined thanks to user reports, Lobo's latest manifesto, which we have declined to publish here on grounds of journalistic integrity due to the strong language contained within, has remained in circulation thanks to a loose network of rogue data harbors. In addition to a sizable monetary ransom, Lobo put out a list of demands that spanned pages. Most prominent among them was a call for de-escalation of all conflicts surrounding rare earth metal deposits around the equator. Sources at Tetra refused to confirm or deny reports that Lobo's captured data impacted only their billing services, but instead that the corporation could not in good faith resume distribution until the ransom situation was resolved. Market prices for rare earth metals surged following the hacking attack as supply halted and demand rose, stoked by memories of catastrophic supply chain distribution in the mid-21st century. A spokesperson for Mining is Progress, a lobbying group that represents the rare earth metal industry, called Lobo's repeated attacks acts of terror against the free market. Whoa there, looks like you're not logged in. Want to take care of that real quick? Lobo, again. Or someone using their name. Suppose it doesn't matter if they're the original or not, so long as they're a genuine threat. And no one could snare a corporation as rich as Tetra without serious skills. It does seem consistent with Lobo's politics, making demands for things. Alright, Lobo. We tried to process your request, but Lobo beat our ass till we ragdolled. The big bad wolf was here. You're welcome for clearing out this cache of soy slop before it could clog your brain's arteries any further. To whatever dumbass dishwater script kiddie they yelled at to come fix this, a word of advice from your superior. I own that password suggestion algorithm. Want to re-secure? Try this. Relax your shoulders, stand up from your desk, take a deep breath, and then firebomb your own servers. Literally cheaper for you at this point. For the rest of you slack-jawed screen lobotomites looking for a little excitement in their search history, find a pig and rip their throat out. That'll teach you how to run with the wolf. Lobo is king. Wow, this guy goes hard. Some lady rode her bike to the shop, went in and got 2 bags of groceries. She put one bag in the bike basket and then awkwardly stood there trying to figure out what to do with the other bag, and then just held it in her other hand and walked while moving the bike. That sounds like such an American thing to do. I'm very happy to see like some woman in Japan do something so silly. That's like America level dumb shit. If I were her, what I would have done is I would have held one bag in each hand and held the bags while simultaneously holding the handlebars. Is what I would do. But I'm stupid, so that's probably not a good idea. De-escalation. It's not the first time Lobos voiced their displeasure with a decades-old simmer of conflict around the tropics. But unless the rare earth metals powering all our batteries and fueling all our pretty little androids are suddenly made a lot less rare overnight, I doubt the state will stop taking an interest in those regions' politics anytime soon. So that means, so the equator is super important in this setting. I feel like if she took some time to think, she could have reorganized it so both bags' content fit in the basket, but I don't know. Yeah. There's some kind of news program playing on the screen. Most public places are too scared to put on any channel with content more political than the smiling micro apartment flippers. But this is a gun store, after all. Power is always political. Wait, how long has it been? Shouldn't take them that long to get my gun properly bugged. I'm sorry, we've received a breaking news story. We're seeking confirmation and yes, we have it confirmed. Lead programmer at Noble Electronics and famed designer of the Turing solution, Dr. David Asher, has passed. Uh-oh. What? Propriety Vantage Automated Dependent Management System along with the Animate series of androids. Must be some kind of corporate propaganda tactic, or... No, they wouldn't risk fake news. But why? Perhaps best known for his breakthroughs in the field of machine learning and language. I wonder why this is so... dire. Misinformation, maybe. Trying to... authored many of the developments that allowed for Noble's rapid growth and market dominance. David Asher is dead? Ooh. Including the popular Desk series of smart UIs. Oh, is this gonna be a thing where the AI is like... is really, really sad that their creator died or something? That's very sad. I didn't ask. Sorry, I just... commands only. Understood. Will you be paying with cash or credit? Debit. 9:41 a.m., July 1st, 2086. Why is Morgan in particular so shook by this particular death? The gun was light, lighter than I expected. A real gun should always be heavy, greater than the sum of its parts. She knew him? Possibly? But I don't know why she would know him. Depending upon what she bought, if there's anything heavier glass, I wouldn't risk just hanging, holding the bags while riding a bike like that. Lots of bikes here have a front and rear basket, so I think she should invest in that. I like to think that this is a common problem for her because that's funny. And honestly, guys, I need to go use the bathroom, so I'll be back. I'll try to be back quickly. And I am back. What you all been up to? Hope you're all having a nice time. All right. A real gun should always be heavy, greater than the sum of its parts. That's one of the things I like about them, their weight. Like they're anchoring the world around them. Like they're a fixed point in time. Like everything else is just relative to them, either closer or further to the end. I would have liked something heavier during that walk back to my apartment. I would have liked to have something to feel far away from. Morgan's apartment. Oh my god! Does she have the entirety of Mexico in her fucking apartment? What the fuck is this piss yellow mist? This is the dustiest thing I have seen in any video game in my entire life. She has this Mountain Dew sheen permeating the entire fucking room. Because, by the way, I don't know if you guys know this, but Mountain Dew is actually piss yellow. It only looks green because of the bottle being green. Mountain Dew actually looks like piss. I would make a joke where I comment that it might taste like piss as well, but I don't know what piss tastes like. And I hope I don't ever need to know. Like, I hope I'm not in a Bear Grylls scenario. Didn't realize I was home until my hand was on the door. Mountain Dew can also dissolve rats. Yeah, it's an extremely corrosive liquid. Even when I was a soda drinker, Mountain Dew was very infrequent for me because it burned my mouth. It was so fizzy, it was so carbonated, it was so acidic that it's like I would be in less pain from drinking moonshine than with this burning sensation that the Mountain Dew does to my tongue. And I know because I've had enough alcohol to know that alcohol tastes fucking disgusting and like poison. Still not as bad as just the absolute searing, burning, dissolving feeling of fucking of Mountain Dew. Alcohol is poison. I know that it is literally a poison by classification. What is this? What am I doing? What am I doing? Fumbling in my pocket for my lighter. Golden, polished, tastefully ergonomic, and fine and expensive. And a good lighter. It was a good gift. I kept the card, didn't I? Alcohol is poison, and I love it. Solution to life's every problem. Have you played, CJ, you should play, Mouthwashing. There's a character in that game I think you would, share a lot in common with. Smonking Unbased. I saw a playthrough. Swansea speaks to you. Swansea maxing! Here it is. The only smoker in my life. I know gold's a bit much for your personal style, but they don't make a lot of these anymore. Swan CJ! Oh, that's a good pun. Believe it or not, the only other people who share your vice are stuffy old men with bad, expensive taste. I have never seen a single iota of gameplay from Mouthwashing. I would suggest you watch a VOD of like Vine Sauce or some other streamer you really like playing it. I bet you could go and find Rag's VOD on it. Yeah. You could probably find his VOD. I think he keeps all of them on his channel still. That's what I hear, but no one has ever posted any clips. Honestly, it's one of those things where it's good that you haven't seen the clips, because they'll spoil you. Hope you managed to get some use out of it anyway. Your friend, David. Oh, wait, was that it? Oh! Is that the man's first name? David Asher? Okay, so she was good friends with the man who invented the warm androids. The news might have more information by now. Or not. Looks like the net's full of copy-pasted segments from Noble. Oh man. David Asher. David Asher was a renowned computer scientist, user experience designer, industry leader, philanthropist, and the lead programmer at Noble Electronics. He first received worldwide recognition for his postgraduate thesis on intelligent pragmatic linguistic weighting. Iplu. A body of work that would come to be known as the Turing solution, right. Though he retained the original patent on the Turing solution for the rest of his life, he was famously unlitigious. By most industry experts' estimates, the Turing solution exists in some form in 92% of active automated dependent source codes. David Asher's philanthropic efforts and invaluable skills placed him at the front and center of Noble Electronics' public image. Many considered him to be the unofficial face of the company, and his private life graced the tabloids and gossip sections of the net on many occasions. David Asher passed away on July 7th, 2086. Citation needed. This entry has received an unusually large number of suggested edits in the last 44 minutes. Dissemination of disinformation is a Class 3 misdemeanor. Spreading conspiracy theories about public figures is a violation of our terms of service. Man, that's the slippery, that's the unfortunate deal with the devil you're making when it comes to free speech. Because fake news and lies are objectively bad. But if you make laws against them, then suddenly it's the government deciding what is a lie and what is not. So, your choice is either to suffer lies or to suffer the government taking away your speech. So, it fucking sucks, no matter how it is. October 28th, 180 centimeters, 68 kilograms, O-. Lead programmer at Noble Electronics. Likes street food, crowds. Shouldn't it be liked, disliked? Crowds. He doesn't like crowds. Fishing. Brain freeze. Driving. Lint. Custom eyeglasses. Custom designed by Fiamma. Shampoo. Expensive. Sense of humor. Unique. Morgan is not happy that this man is dead. Looks like the net's full of copy-pasted statements from Noble. Auto-edited montages, ill-fitting quotes. So lies with some truth are just lies. Right. Except in the instance of the lies with some truth, you're gonna get the government censoring you and banging on your door personally, trying to punish you for doing something that you didn't do, you know? Reactions to the news from every micro-celebrity under the sun. There's a parent walking into the shops and the kid is dancing. I really hope it isn't a TikTok dance. Oh, God. Their raw, authentic emotion brought to you live from all car seats and bathroom mirrors of the world. But there's nothing about his death. Not even a time window. Did he die this morning? Was he found dead in his bed? Has he been dead for days while Noble's just been waiting for the right time to let it leak? Or did he die last night while I was out screwing around? A phone call better not be work-related. I'm not in the right mood. Oh yeah, somebody she cares about died. Which is kind of funny because she's a fucking murderer. So it's like, you think she'd have empathy, but... Forgot to send you a picture of Japan's bus mascot? I mean, you know, I can see it after stream pretty easily. Oh, Morgan, hey, thanks for picking up so fast. She's Jessica Starling, who asked me to call her. Hi, Jess. Do I have a profile on her immediately? Yep, here we go. Starling. Look, guys, another waifu. July 24th, 176. That's not bad for a height. O+, 63 kg. Occupation, executive assistant at Noble Electronics. Likes dancing, buying shoes, reselling shoes. Dislikes hangovers, soft mattresses, mass machismo. What? Charm point, her earnest smile. Relaxes by, bar hopping in the lower wards. The best at reading the stock market. Oh, wait, what? Oh, yeah. Listen, I need to... I've already seen the news. What? Oh, of course you have, duh. I'm so sorry I didn't tell you sooner. With the company and their people and all the... What I mean is, if it were up to me, you would have been the first call I made. For a decision like that to be up to David's assistant, about 1,000 other noble employees above her on the ladder would have to get axed, but... It's alright, Jess. No one ever really knows what to do with these kinds of things. Still, I'm sorry you had to hear it from a stream, Cryon. Chiron? What difference does it make how the information gets to me? I could have stumbled upon his corpse myself and I would feel mostly the same. Well, I appreciate you taking the time to call anyway. Yeah. If I want more information, she's the best source I'm going to get, maybe for weeks. What to ask at a time like this? I'm supposed to express denial first, but she's probably short on time. And I don't feel like following the playbook to the letter right now. So she cares that he died, but she's also a bit detached anyway. Like, she goes through the process of the grieving as an act. But, like, earlier when it announced that he was dead, like, internally she was freaking out. She was like, wait, what? No, that can't be right. Because she actually does care, but she also is enough of a psycho that she has to, like, she has to manually put on the act of grieving, normal grieving, I should say. Can you tell me what happened? The police think that he took something. Suicide? And the police are already involved? They say it was some kind of poison or... God. Noble's got a lot of weight to bludgeon the state with. Especially in this city. I would think they'd keep the police at arm's length for at least a few days. Listen, Morgan, I need to ask something of you. Of course, Jess, whatever you need. Whatever you need? A bit much, but she's grieving. This is just how people talk. And it's not like my day was really salvageable anyway. I'd like to bring you up here, to David's place. What do you mean? There's something I have to give you. You're not handling his will already, are you? If the police are involved, it'll be a while before... No, I'm sorry, it's not like that. Before he... An inhaler. No, please, don't hold back on my account. David asked me to get this into your hands. It wasn't work-related. But he asked me. I know I'm asking a lot here, but since it's turned out to be the last thing he ever asked me to do, I'd like to get it done. And I like showing up at crime scenes more often or more quickly than strictly necessary. And that's when I only have to worry about the police. With Noble looming over all this, security will be doubled and scrutiny tripled. This is too risky. There's no logical reason to agree to her request. You know, another idea I'm having right here is that maybe she killed David, and the reason she was freaking out about the news is because she didn't expect them to find his body, like, the same day that she killed him or something like that. But I'm gonna hold out hope that she actually cared about the dude and that this is... and that she isn't a complete monster. There's no logical reason to agree to her request. Swing by my place with a cab, yeah? Besides my own morbid curiosity. Right, of course. Thanks, Morgan. Thank you. Wait, I almost forgot. What is it? You don't happen to have anything you could wear in black, do you? What? (10:11 a.m., July 1st. In transit. The autocab hums a synthesized purr as our on-ramp merges into a canopy superhighway, steadily and suddenly all at once. Not much super about it, but it does cast one hell of a shadow. The canopy's always felt very arts and crafts to me. Cobbled together, always added onto, never finished, never planned. It's clearly taken a lot of time and effort to make, but the end result's still ugly. And it feels like it could fall apart at any moment. You okay, Morgan? You look a little car sick. I'm fine. Thanks for asking. But if I ignore her texts now, she'll just send more later. Currently texting with Witch. Hey, Freckles, saw your friend Asher on the news. RIP. Thank you. For trying to be sincere. Worth a shot. We all have our strengths. God damn, you are one passive-aggressive little girl. Why is all your filial piety... Why does all your filial piety go out the window whenever you talk to me? Filial piety doesn't work on you. You love yourself too much to appreciate respect. True! True went to the train. See, Freckles, you can be very insightful. I don't see any freckles on her face. She is a redhead, though. There's an extremely hyperactive small dog running around the garden path like a crackhead. Man, the more you talk about Japan, the more it sounds like America. She has like 5 freckles. Oh, and you know what? You're right. Now that I'm looking closely, yeah. I can barely see them. When you aren't too busy side-eyeing the whole world. Wonder where I picked that up from. Not from me? I'm pretty sure you were born muttering insults under your breath. The nurses tried to make you cry and responded by giving them self-esteem issues. Did you ever have dealings with Noble? 10 out of 10 shift in the convo. Subtle as a car crash. Subtlety doesn't work on you either. Well, it might, if you were good at it. This is me asking you for advice. Okay. I guess this never sunk in. Because you spent most of your apprenticeship asleep. But my clients were all celebs. Rich and famous. I didn't have that many dealings with the Megs that owned their likeness. Is it really that different? Plenty. Celebs don't like people seeing their dirty side. So they pay smart people like me to clean up their messes. But Megs don't like people seeing them at all, period. And also, Megs are more lively when it comes to fucking, or whatever this is. Gross. Hard workers with a lot of stress to vent. If this is her daughter, she doesn't seem like a good mom if the kid turned out like this. I think this is somebody else. I think this is, she talked about apprenticeship and she talked about having the same job as her, so I assume that they're like they're like college. They met in college or something. I don't know. Hard workers with a lot of stress to vent. Stop. Filial piety strikes me as sisters. Well, I don't even know what filial piety means. Is filial, like, related to family? Is that what that means? Do you have any actual help to offer? Oh, okay, so whoever this is, witch, is family of some sort. So yeah, probably sister. Truth be told, I did have this one run-in where I got fucked deep into corporate intrigue. Why? Or I got fucked deep into corporate intrigue because I got caught up the of Annie Life's 45 poster girl. What is? God damn it! Hard worker. Lot of stressed event. God, her sister is a whore. Jesus. Glad I know I can always reach out to you in my time of need. I'm gonna let that slide because I know you're in mourning. Look. Corporate types are all a bunch of paranoid drug addicts. Huffing glue and playing roulette on their phones. While fantasizing about stabbing everyone else in the meeting to death. So don't expect them to play nice just because Asher was your pal. Apparently, filial piety is exhibiting love or respect for one's parents. Oh God, is her mom a whore? Oh God. Ugh. I wonder what the birth rate is in this cyberpunk dystopia. My actual advice is get whatever you're owed, then get out there fast as fuck, boy. Oh, okay. That's a beautiful thought, Auntie. Okay. Her aunt is a whore. Excuse me. I mean it. Corporations prefer Viking funerals. What's a Viking funeral? A dignified ceremony where the body is sent out to sea on a boat. Then they set everything on fire and sink the ashes to the bottom of the ocean. Try not to linger, Freckles. You don't want to be stuck on board when they start knocking their arrows. Thanks. What the hell was that about me sleeping on the job? I worked harder in one day than any of you Gen Alpha drunks did all week. Wow, Gen Alpha. Isn't Gen Alpha like the newest people born in the early 2020s? And if it's 2086, then that means her aunt is like 60. Right? That actually makes chronological sense. That is actual, literal, chronological sense. Should have worked smarter, lol. And if you want to go there, you literally did fall asleep on the job. I need all these women in my life. Oh yeah, you want this gilf? You want this gilf in your life? This whore gilf? Talking to her niece about fucking endless numbers of people during her job? She's not a gilf yet. You're going to turn her back into a MILF. Even though that's very, very biologically unlikely. What is that? What is that? She typed it so quickly and she fucked it up. What is that? Why do you have that? Why do you have that? It's not even accurate. Work parties are still work, Freckles. I only had my eyes closed. I'm gonna get her grandniece is what I'm saying. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if that's a thing Morgan would be on with. I only had my eyes closed because all you old farts had your cameras flash on. Morgan, something wrong? You're sweating. Just deleting some spam. We've got a couple more minutes of crawling through the canopy's guts before we reach David's part of the city. Uptown, our better half. Gleaming opera houses and towering corporate apartments. Boutique shops with more cameras than customers. Penthouses stacked upon penthouses in a frantic climb to the top of the rat pile. All ringed in by restaurants with long wait times and small serving sizes. The joke is that uptown folks go most of the year without touching street level. Not much of a punchline there, it's basically true. By now, his whole block must be swarmed with cops, themselves surrounded by media, and all encircled by onlookers. I could try and enjoy these last few moments of calm, but if the storm's coming either way, I'd rather use this time to try and find my footing. Actually, Jess, if you've got a second, I was curious about... Ah, that headline, huh? Been a while since we saved? Actually, hold on, I haven't been to the store yet. I have 29 credits. Huh. Charm less. Rose gold phone. Cool, it's black. Masters. Ah, yep, alright. Victoria Masters, July 7th. Height, 166. Weight depends upon the time of day. Blood type AB. Occupation, lawyer to the rich and famous, semi-retired. Likes, handsome men, pretty women, expensive liquor. This sounds exactly like what a fucking Gen Alpha degenerate would be as a 60-year-old. This is so accurate. The way this woman behaves. Oh, she has she has a one robot arm. Gen Alpha Tinder profile. Dislikes: clingy people, prudish people, flying commercial, jewelry 24 karat, age difficult to verify. She's anywhere between like 51 to like 69. She dislikes me. Perfect. Are you clingy? Are you a prude? Or do you constantly fly commercial? She dislikes me. Just what I look for. Damn, Lazy, are you me? Are you two secretly the same person and you're typing using one account? Or two accounts? Smokes, cigars, Death 13, cigarettes, and other adult stuff. Death 13? Lacey is my alt. Are you two the Mahler twins? Are you clones? Are you actually clones of each other? That'd be funny. That headline. I saw that headline, by the way, the one where your warm android saved that soldier's life. Oh, yeah, pretty feel good, don't you think? So folks at the company must have been in high spirits lately, I take it? That's what I thought when I first heard about it, but... I don't know, maybe upper management's never happy? Because they're still just writing sales harder than ever, pushing the traditional consumer markets. I thought they'd start building a pitch for Congress the day the story dropped. A big patriotic campaign telling everyone why we need a contract for warm androids in the military. But I haven't heard about them moving staff around for anything like that. Maybe it's all above my pay grade. All the corporate power and money in the world, and they're still such joyless assholes that they won't even celebrate their own victories. Were you and David fucking? Remind me, how many years did you and David work together? Oh, well, I started with the company about 4 years ago. They offered me a temp contract when I was graduating. I was put in HR right in the middle of a hiring burst, so I spent 2 months in the Warrens. Then an aptitude test got me fast-tracked to mid-low management. Sorry, Warrens? Oh, that's just what we call the company dorms back then, on account of all the people. So in 2086, every corporation is like the Amazon warehouse, where they expect the lowest earning employees to sleep at the job. That is fucked. That is fucked. Clearly she cast Empty the Warrens after casting 3 Manamorphose and a Seething Song. So she has like 20 goblin tokens. I'll sleep at the job if I'm sleeping on the job. Plus it was underground. Didn't see the sun that first month. My skin got so dry. Is that normal in your industry? Normal for everyone I've ever worked with. Noble. Noble Electronics. We've read this actually before. Except David, of course, but I mean, he was the best. Yeah. One Tuesday morning, Dr. David Asher walked right up to my desk like I had won the lotto. Said I should come work for him, Dr. David Asher, directly. On a random Tuesday morning, like it was nothing. He didn't like to do things on Mondays. Said people were always too tired to get anything done anyway. Yep, that's right. He did say that. I should know now. I should know by now, right? 3 years of arranging meetings and keeping him organized and occasionally straightening his tie. Yeah, she was fucking him. Yeah. She was fucking this femboy nerd. She was fucking this guy. That is exactly what she was doing. She was fucking this femboy's brains straight out of his skull. Just leaking out of his ears. She was fucking him so hard. He was a good boss. He was a good guy. Yeah. When did you last speak with him? In person? Thursday. Thursday afternoon. The day before yesterday. He seemed normal. I mean, we still don't really know anything, Jess. You're right, thanks. Thursday is the last time I saw him. That was when he asked me to meet with you. I'm guessing you've already been to his place? Yeah, it's a real mess over there. It's that bloody? Oh god, no, not that kind of mess. I just mean with the cops stacked on the media, stacked on the lawyers. Each of them with their own network of drones and all their droning. It's very, It's a very high productivity atmosphere is what I mean. Is she taking an inhaler for asthma? Or is this an inhaler for something else? When were you able to get over there? Well, I got a call from legal last night. They weren't exactly delicate in breaking the news to me. He was 5'11", truly a femboy of his time. Oh my god, a femboy taller than me? Oh. Can't see me when I'm pulling my collar to let the steam out. What the fuck? Last night? They said they need my help sorting through all his... Well, you know how he left things organized sometimes. He's been dead since last night, and they've kept it under wraps that long? I know there are a lot of powerful people in his circles, but to stop it from leaking for over 12 hours? That seems more than just your typical powerful people trying to control the narrative. Seems more like there's something they're actively trying to suppress. So you found out last night. Right, last night. Oh God! I'm so sorry, I should have told you as soon as I found out! Really, it's alright. Did you see anything? No, I still haven't actually seen him at all. He was airlifted to the hospital ASAP, and that's where he passed, so... But, well, I didn't get the impression that the cops had been there that long. Not compared to the lawyers. They and the rest of the company people seemed pretty entrenched. Nobles set up camp before the police even arrived. So what time would that have been? I guess they got there around 9 p.m.? Yeah, because at 9:15 they switched my phone to silo mode and I got locked out of everything but my work stuff. Set my last blah at 9:13, see? Gonna expire whoever put me in heels this morning. It me. Their version of Twitter is called blah. They can do that to your phone, lock you out of social media? Of course not. Well, unless I'm on the clock. Or off the clock, but on company property. Then they can remote all my tech, yeah. Our version of Twitter is called X, so we're not any better. I think X is slightly less comedic than blah. How convenient. So if I got in at 9 p.m., I'd guess the rest of the company people had been there since 8:30 p.m. I hadn't been there for more than a few minutes before the mood changed. Word about the hospital declaring him dead had started to leak. I see. He died after he reached the hospital. That's unexpected. It's 2086. You might be in trouble if you get stuck in bureaucratic purgatory when you need to be in the emergency room. But other than that, if you reach the hospital alive, a good doctor can stabilize most any patient within a few moments. And Noble Electronics' lead programmer would have a very good doctor. So what the hell happened? Is she mistaken? Was he just not officially declared dead until reaching the hospital for some reason? Or... hard to think about, I know. Yeah. Or hard to believe. Jess, I have to wonder, what kind of request did David make of you that it couldn't wait a few days? Right, of course. He asked me to give you something. Something? Is she trying to build suspense? Right, it's just, well, I don't know exactly what it is. You have no idea? He asked me to give you the contents of his safe. Are we headed to the bank then? No, see, he has a private safe in his basement. Maybe you've seen it? Well, I say safe, but it might be more accurate to call it a storage locker or a false wall. And all he told you was that he wanted me to have what's inside? Right. He was very clear about that part. Your eyes only, straight into your hands. Handle it in person, he said. Strange. This is all pretty analog for someone as technically gifted as David. Coming from anyone else, I'd call it paranoid. But David was never paranoid, even when he had every right to be. If you wanted this handled a certain way, it must be for a good reason. So, David asked you to do this on Thursday, correct? Yeah, Thursday. And he passed last night, Friday. Yeah. Wait! You don't think that when we met he had already decided? It's not healthy to speculate on that sort of thing. More importantly, it's not helpful. The dead don't have anything to offer the living. I should know. What? You're probably right. Besides, we'll need to focus. Judging by the size of the crowd I'm looking at, it looks like we're about to jump into the thick of it. Thick of it. People really hated that song. I thought it was mid. Noble Employee Housing Building, Platea. Lobby. And I thought there were a lot of police here before. Maybe too late to ask, but you're not bad with crowds, are you, Morgan? She's kidding, right? It's downright airy in here compared to what we just waded through. Wide eyes and clenched fists, heads peeking over shoulders and around signs. Police, both mechanical and warm-blooded, closing ranks with holograms and quick-set wires to draw a severe perimeter. People hated the message and generalized it to the whole thing. I don't even know what the message of the song was supposed to be. While protesters, mourners, fanatics, and busybodies shuffle about at the edges of the police line, the heat of their panicked anxiety washing over. Who the hell were all those people? Well, there have always been people with strong feelings about our products. Android stepped forward into the mob, gently, firmly, unfeelingly parting the human tide. Most of them with official police branding, but a few remotely deputized consumer models emerged from the crowd to join them. All of them built by Noble. All of them built from David's code. All of them standing vigil outside his tomb. This is all technically company property, isn't it? Yep, David had a penthouse all to himself, but every other floor's tenants are Noble employees, too. My god. This is a fucking crazy-ass future. Not an uncommon arrangement in Uptown. Work at Noble, rent from Noble. Wave hello to your Noble neighbor in the morning and make sure to request a spot in line at the official company crematorium. They don't actually do that last part. I think. Does Noble handle employee funerary arrangements? Yeah, it's a pretty standard benefit, actually. It's cheap for them compared to dental. But Noble's always been generous with benefits. Work hard and the company will have you set for life. What if this takes place in the Alien universe? That'd be so cool. And after. Both the state and Noble have gotten themselves entrenched here in the lobby. Security and damage control and PR and liability. Everybody just glad to be working. I'm feeling a bit overstimulated. Any chance we can just skip all these checkpoints? No, absolutely not. So what do we need permission from? The cops or the company? My request went through, so we should have the go-ahead from both at this point. We won't need to go near the actual, it's still called a crime scene, if it's not technically a crime. I don't want to think about how many suits Noble's paying to debate that question right this very instant. David's vault is the penthouse's basement, but we can't get to it from these ground floor elevators. We'll have to ride straight up to the rooftop veranda, walk in his front door, and then head down. If Jess says we can do all that without stumbling across where he died, then... Okay, so if we just flash my ID card, any problem that comes up, including him... Hey, it's London! I like London. Hey, ladies, look, I'm sorry, but I'm afraid we're at capacity at the moment. Let anyone else by and we won't be able to maintain... Huh? You're that lawyer, Morgan. You caught me, detective! How long's it been? Feels like it's been ages. Oh dear, not still bitter about our last encounter, I hope? I'll live. I don't see the spunky one around. She taking a mental health day to preserve that unflappable charm? Detective Reyes is around. Why, you miss her that bad? I've had blind pimples that were more endearing. I mean, I really like Reyes. You two know each other? Jess Starling, meet homicide detective Kasim London. It's a pleasure, miss. Oh, look, likewise? As you might have guessed, the detective and I are acquainted, comes with a line of work. Morgan's being modest, sweetheart. We're practically blood. Oh, wow, me? Sweetheart? Something wrong, Starling? Huh? No, nothing wrong. But close as we are, I still can't just let her walk in off the street and onto the scene of an ongoing investigation. Even Noble's lawyers have to play by the rules today. Play by the rules? So there is a game afoot. Whoops. What makes you assume I'm here in a professional capacity? You're a criminal defense attorney and we're at a crime scene. Call it an old man's intuition. Good detectives don't rely on intuition, though, do they? They rely on evidence. Oh, I don't rely on it, don't worry. I just need to lean on it every now and then when my back acts up. Oh, cool. Guy gets a bit of gray in his hair and thinks it's free pass to act like a goddamn cowboy. I like London. I think he's fucking cool. Well, I'm afraid your intuition is off this morning, detective. I'm here on a private matter. The deceased wasn't your client? No, that would have been a conflict of interest. Conflict of you two knew each other. I see. In that case, allow me to give you my condolences. Thank you. But what I could really use is a bit of your help. You sure rally fast. Jess? Right. We're having this clearance here, detective, sir, from legal, which allows us... That's all right, little lady, I trust you. You can leave the paperwork holstered for now. The little lady? We aren't here for David, really. We won't be setting foot anywhere near your staging area, detective. All right, why not? How generous. I can afford to be generous today, because if I screw up, he gestures to the lobby full of suits and cops. Plenty of folks at hand ready to pick up the slack. Well, if you're that at ease, perhaps I can take this time to ask you a few questions. Hey, you can always ask, Tiger. But I think you understand what I mean when I say whether or not I can answer is not entirely up to me. Yep, London's is the same. Bad at remembering birthdays, good at coming up with nicknames. Cats or dogs, both.
Orders, Captain?
Based. Who was that? Hey, Craig Jamie. Hope you're having a good time, and thank you for the follow, and that you continue to have a chill time around here. Dislikes, touchscreens, cheap earbuds, white rum. Likes, fall colors, morning air, dimples. Oh, Jesus. And he's as tall as a JoJo. James, not James. Yeah, I'm sorry. I couldn't necessarily, easily read through the green text, but yeah, thank you. And hello. So. Looking tired. You're looking a bit haggard. How long have you been here anyway? Since this morning. But civilized folks don't call it morning when the street lights are still on. He's 6'1". Ooh! Tall motherfucker. Even if he got here around 1 or 2 in the morning, that still means homicide wasn't brought until hours after Noble had the lay of the land. Sounds like you could use a break. I could use a retirement package. Hey, you're a lawyer, right? According to all my business cards. Think I can sue for elder abuse? Not that kind of lawyer, sorry. You would lose, though. I already regret asking. Why'd they got a homicide detective losing sleep over this anyway? The man is dead, and he wasn't killed by fire, a vehicle, organized criminals, or disinformation. as far as we know. So at the moment, homicide's technically not the worst fit. But we're leading in name only. A high-profile death like this, everyone's got an eye on us. And a hand placed firmly on the back of our neck. Controversy. David was one of the biggest names in tech. He was the face of Noble Electronics. One could argue androids are only as common as they are today because of his contributions to the field. Some people felt that way, sure. So do you think anyone would want to hurt him because of that? Who are all of our prime suspects this evening? Well, first of all, we ourselves are a murderer. Morgan right here is our main character. She is technically a murderer. We don't know if she committed this murder, though. I'm hoping she didn't. It would be kind of a bit too much like Death Note if literally every single piece of the plot is a murder that we committed that we're trying to get out of, but it's not impossible that we could be the suspect. But so far, we don't know why this man, David, died, other than it was supposedly a suicide, but there's no way it's gonna be a suicide. But apparently Morgan here knows David, like they were friends of some sort. So his assistant, this lady, is gonna take us to David's basement to open a safe that he wanted us to see, and I don't know what that is. But there's all these cops here, including London, that we're talking to first. So you think anyone would want to hurt him because of that? Remind me, which one of us is the detective again? You really won't let me pick your brain? You already know the answer. Yes, ads are controversial, androids especially. We at Noble are aware that our products are sometimes the subject of heated debate, but no need to quote the handbook at us, miss. Truth be told, I've never really understood the hate. It's not that complicated, is it? How many people have lost a job to an ad at least once in their career? Every last one of them lost their jobs because their bosses, their flesh and blood bosses, fired them. Nah, ads are just a symptom. Scratch that. Ads are just a product. Getting mad at them is pointless, and vandalizing them is less than pointless, because unlike us, they're all insured. And besides, Android production has surged over the last decade to become one of the nation's biggest exports. True, nice to have at least one thing we can make in this country. Ooh. That's right, Noble only outsources the production of a small handful of internal components. Every other part of the manufacturing process is proudly done right here at home. I want to say this is the United States, but this could be England based upon people's names, naming conventions. Could be either or, yeah. I somehow doubt everyone considers the specifics of Noble's supply chain to be the point of national pride. But you don't need a political science degree to see how much the state values Noble's contributions to the national economy. You know, I've always wanted to put this on my will. Should I die for any reason, I want you, whoever's reading this, to rebuild and reconstruct my consciousness, put it in a gem, and have it be the brain of a robotic body and as a GPU unit. Yeah, that's certainly one potential method of immortality. One problem I have with it, conceptually, is that, like, is the consciousness a structure tied to a physicality, or is it something beyond? Because if it can be recreated, like in Soma, that's kind of fucking crazy. But if it couldn't be recreated in that fashion, well, then you can't really replicate it ever, can you? You can't really bring the dead back to life, can you? You can just make a facsimile of them. Alright, investigate. Actually, it's cooperating. You boys and Noble all getting along with each other? Sharing your toys? Some of the younger ones are bristling. But I always play well with others, counselor. What is a meg? Derogatory slang for a mega corporation or an employee of one. It's a derogatory term to refer to so-called mega corporations or anyone who works for them. There are numerous unverified explanations for how the term originated. Some say it is a natural evolution from the slang word shark, which was used to refer to ruthless individuals or businessmen in the late 20th century. Others claim that Meg was originally short for Megan, a sort of archetypical individual that defended the contributions that corporations have made to society. Tired of having to read anti-industrious sentiment on the net? Check out our auto-censor tools that replace harmful words like Meg with family-friendly alternatives like job creator or patriot. I mean, if it's a copy of their consciousness, though, is it the same soul? Is there really a continuance, or is it just a functional continuance? You know, that's more or less what I mean. Like, functionally, it would be a continuance, but it wouldn't necessarily literally be one. And how well do the Megs play with you? They give you full access to building security? They've given us access, and they say it's full. Some big penumbra system, top of the line coverage, top to bottom of the building. The size of the data streams torrential. It'll be a while before we can start making sense of it all. A more conspiratorial man might think that was intentional. Bury us in data and hope we're too swamped to find whatever they're trying to hide? Maybe. Wait, they gave you full access to the penumbra? But that means every android in the building is feeding you their full spectrum. You know your stuff. The penumbra pulls data from any androids connected to the building's net. But that's not much help since there weren't any androids in the penthouse. Right. You know, I'd heard the rumors, never put much stock in them, but it's true? Asher really never owned a single android? Never. Well, I suppose I might do the same if I was the genius who programmed them all. To say it'd be a pain in the ass to die again and have to rebuild your consciousness all over again with the memory of your death. Basically, you're a Reploid. Sure. Is that like is that a Blade Runner term? I need to see Blade Runner at some point. It's every time they open their mouths, it'd just be his own lip service, refracted 1,000 times over, echoing back at him from behind, a mask he carved. So that means all you'll have to investigate with are the penthouse's security cameras. Yeah, but that should be more than enough to wrap up a case like this. In a good way, I mean. We're very much on top of this, ladies. Yeah, I think Jess wants you on top of her. I've been checking my phone, but the only thing the news seems to agree on is that David passed away. Nah, Reploids are from Mega Man X. Oh yeah, I don't know fucking anything about Mega Man. Are Reploids from Blade Runner? I remember them from Mega Man. I have negative knowledge of Mega Man, except for that Tron Bon game that Rag played. That's the only Mega Man knowledge I have whatsoever. Other than that, I have I have so little information in my head about what Mega Man the fuck even is. Serve bots for life, yeah. Sorry, but if you're asking for details, no, thank you. For not letting them make this into a parade. Yet. We do our best to respect the privacy of anyone involved with an outgoing investigation. He declined to say victim. Detective, Dr. Asher was a close friend of mine for many years. Yeah, he trusted Morgan more than anyone. Can you tell me if he killed himself? It looks like that's the case. I see. Thank you for telling me that. Dr. Ash. Yeah, you're, well, sorry. Another round of guarded words. David was an important man, and it has only been a few hours. But all this tiptoeing gives me the feeling that whatever happened to David, it wasn't cut and dry. Alright, now listen Now listen, I don't mind being helpful, and I am trying to be sensitive here. But we really do have a lot on our hands at the moment. So I'm going to have to ask you to be discreet. And ideally, fast. Well, our business is just in the basement, David's basement. But the penthouse is on the top floor, the roof, so its basement would be second to last floor if you want to be technical detective. The point is, we don't need to go to the kitchen or the parlor. We'll go straight to his workshop and then head downstairs. The kitchen and the parlor. I understand. But all the same, I'd like to escort you two ladies there myself. Ooh. Wow, an escort, like royalty. Isn't he a gentleman? Reploids are robots that have full consciousness, full human rights, pain receptors, full spans of emotions, and coexist with humanity. They even have their own justice system. Bad Reploids, who are mother Reploids and humans, are full intent are called Mavericks. Okay, so what I'm getting out of this is that Mega Man is one of your super fan things that you like know all the lore about. I get that. I'm that way with like StarCraft and shit like that. And to a lesser extent, Warcraft. Wow. Again, it sounds very similar to fucking Blade Runner. Isn't he a gentleman? Huh? Yes, he's... Lead the way, detective. True to his word, London ushered us past the chattering suits and humming drones through the checkpoints and into the elevator. As it climbed into the sky, we got a good look at the growing throng of people gathering outside. And its shifting makeup. It's Blade Runner for kids? Well, you know what? Fair. Seems like it's mostly protesters now, or worse, brand loyalists. Idiots led around by the nose their whole life, following the musk of whatever trend is laid out before them each morning. Today's trail having led them here for half reasons they couldn't put into words, even if their lives depended on it. Morgan, they're like insects. She does not like people. Maybe that's why she's fine with murdering them occasionally. And they look like them from up here. They're probably already preparing their spin. Misunderstood Genius of Dr. David Asher, a video essay in 5 parts. Why the company insisted on cultivating such a following for him, I've never understood. They could have easily pinned his achievements on someone more marketable. Some random photogenic employee or a fashion model with glasses. David wouldn't have minded. He never wanted the attention and the chaos. Maybe it's as simple as bad luck. He just happened to have the right look for the part. A man buried in his work with his eyes fixed ahead. "10:32 a.m., July 1st. The only title I think ever showed off blood was Mega Man X4 and the Japanese version of Mega Man 04. That is some encyclopedic knowledge. Holy fuck. Impressive. Noble Employee Housing Building. Platea. Okay. Penthouse. What? This is what? His laboratory? His shop, he called it. How down to earth. What the fuck is this diagram of anatomy? It's messy in here. David was always disorganized. Why a programmer needed to make such a mess just to run tests on computers, I'll never... But sloppy as he could be, he didn't like it when other people saw it. If he was leaving things like this, he must not have entertained any guests down here in some time. Thanks for all your help, Detective London. Don't mention it. What, you want me to step out? We won't take long. Not lacking for boldness, are you? Look, I have to take a phone call. We'll be in and out as soon as possible, promise. And whatever Dr. Ash wanted to set aside for his foundation, we'll be sure to flag it. Right. At least she's already wearing gloves. If we find a dead body, you'll be our first call. Morgan, what was that stuff about his foundation? Dr. Ash's charity has always been managed by an outside group. You haven't spent a lot of time around crime scenes, have you? Actually, this is my first. Well, generally speaking, it's not really common to retrieve things from the premises while the cops are still searching them. Oh. Oh. Look, if David had something to give me, we can go get it. We just can't make a ton of noise about it, understood? Of course. Great, after you. Right, quiet as a church house. The phrase is quiet as a church mouse, but close enough. Caught myself. I'm okay, I'm okay. Now doesn't seem like the time to correct.
SCV, good to go, sir.
Hey, Ferelman, how you doing? Hope you're having a good time. You kind of joined at a time when we're like 3 minutes from being over, but I still appreciate it quite a bit. And we will be back tomorrow with this game, so... We got a morgue! It's Morgan time! Yep. I'm really hoping that she did not kill David. I really hope that the mystery is not her trying to stop them from figuring out why she killed her friend. I really hope that it's, like, unrelated to her being a murderer. David's shop was a mess, but the mess felt familiar. It was very David. I can't believe Morgan killed David. No, don't spoil me. Ah! Coming down here, I barely recognize the place. For starters, there's a goddamn gym. David hated exercise, always claimed he didn't have the time for it. Even when I got him that treadmill and the subscription for the personal coaching program with the scheduling subroutine. That's interesting. So she went out of her way to buy him an entire treadmill at some point? Okay, my new theory is that they might be exes. What if they're ex-spouses? Because I don't... Like, I feel like buying your friend a treadmill is kind of like... That's a lot of money, in my opinion, to buy a gift for somebody. It makes me wonder if they were, like, financially linked at some point in order to be comfortable buying a gift that expensive for him, huh? Said he couldn't find the time. And then even when I explained to him that this program accounted for that and adapted his schedule, he's still... Morgan, what's up? You're smiling. What's so funny? Nothing. Just surprised to see the place renovated. Yeah, he actually had me on mail tag with a couple contractors a while back. Never thought I'd have to learn so much about concrete and wiring and marble. Did you know that marble needs to be treated or else indoor air will start to corrode it? I didn't know that. Is that true? Wait, is it not? But her guide told me that without an epoxy finish, the entire bar table could... Is that the vault over there, then? Yeah. Stands out, I guess. Yeah, it's a giant fucking... It looks like a shipping container. Nervous? What's that? Oh, a little, I guess. But the inhaler helps mostly, so... Aren't you going to open it? Open it? Don't you know the combination? No, I don't know the combination to David's basement vault. Oh. Oh. Oh, no, how could I have... He didn't tell you, or give you a code, or... He gave me the code to get into the building. And the parking garage, but not the code to whatever this is. Okay. You know, there were a lot of scattered papers back in his shop. Could he have left you a note on one of them? Yes, he could have. He would have. In fact, I think he probably did. You just stay right here, Morgan. I'll have this settled just in a sec. Sounds good. Right then. Did she just chloroform herself? She has an inhaler for anxiety, it seems, which is kind of a wild idea to me. That people would treat anxiety as the way they treat asthma and just give you an inhalant drug. Well, it's definitely locked. Looks like it's a Tethys Basis. Okay, what's Tethys again? Tethys Electronics Shipping LLC. Tethys is the largest online shopping and consumer shipping corporation on Earth, and a dominant economic force that frequently courts controversy by skirting monopoly and labor law in every nation in which it operates. And yes, we really do have everything for sale, so ditch this lame-o search engine and head over to our online store to find what you're really looking for, hot stuff. Inhalable Quaaludes. Bring back the Quaaludes! Really, no, play model employee now. Model employee? I do not know what that is. Well, inhalers being used to relieve stress are a thing. So medicated anxiety inhalers probably do exist. Yeah, true. Tethys Basics Security Sturdicure Anti-Hack Anti-Digital High-Rated Code Panel. Model employee is by End Studio, takes place in this world. Oh, okay, I'll write that down. Is it the same art style? Because I do all of this from a laptop that's 6 years old. And I need to make sure that the games I stream do not make the game explode or make the computer explode. You have like 7 chips, how are you even alive? What do you mean? All the chips that I had from Chapter 0 just disappeared into my bank. You know, into like, whatever this is. Like, see, I have like 27 store credits. Nothing basic about it, but at least I can see the password's limited to 6 characters. Only 1 million possible combinations. Maybe I'll get lucky. Slim chances, but what the hell? Why shouldn't I give it a shot? Try 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nothing's happening. Okay, that was dumb. I don't really want to dwell on why I thought that could work. Forget it. There's a different terminal over here. Chips, what do you use in courtroom during cases? You go broke, you're cooked. I gathered as much from Chapter 0, yeah. That, like, you use them during the arguments to, play the game, yeah. Yeah, this is Chapter 1, yep. Cotter security systems, according to the label. Maybe it controls the whole room? Damn, it's password protected too. And the code's 64 digits long? What's the point of a camera system that's harder to crack than your literal vault, you egg-headed... Okay, yeah, a programmer probably would care more about his IoT. Okay, what's the IoT? Oh, his IoT and whatever he can fit in a safety deposit box. I mean, like, every opportunity I've had to investigate something, I have, and I just have this number of chips as a result. Yes, it's the 6-digit vault or nothing. But I'm a lawyer, not a lockpick, and whatever other felonies I get up to in my private time, I've never pulled off a bank heist before. Only tool I've got here is my head. So what do I know? I know whatever David's put in his safe, he wanted it kept secure. And I also know that he wanted me to have it. So maybe he thought ahead. Maybe he guarded it in such a way that I would be the only one who could get to it. David liked games, and he really liked beating me. So if he's left one last puzzle for me, I don't mind going another round. Oh, this... Okay, you know what? Of all the places to save the game and be done for now, this is probably the best possible point because we got through all that dialogue and stuff and we're in a main game portion. Very cool. But okay, I really should be quitting now. Yeah, it's... 20 minutes after the hour is a bit late for me. So, thank you all very much for joining me here tonight. I really appreciate you coming here to hang out with me. We will be back tomorrow to continue this game. Had a really good time with it tonight and last week, so we're gonna keep going until we're done. If there's a lot to it, then we'll be playing it next Friday as well. Next Friday, Saturday. So yeah, I've been really enjoying it. Hope you all have been as well. Thank you to the 2 new people who have given me a follow. I do appreciate that. If there are any VODs you want to catch up on, you can find all those on my YouTube re-upload channel. Link is in the About section. And yeah, it really is late, so I really need to get out of here. So thank you all very much for being here. I appreciate your support in every capacity. I hope you have a good afternoon, evening, morning, etc. And I will see you all again tomorrow with more of the devil. Ciao!